guys, and it's finally weekend. It's Friday, and you boys all know what we're gonna do then, right? It's time for a little Monster. Oh, yes. I actually got a package from the US. I was pretty psyched. I'm a bit suspicious. I actually bought a nice headers from the US, but when I picked it up, the quality was not so good. So I think I have to actually re-weld these. That sucks. When you pay a lot of money for headers, it's a good product. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice. So what we got here is actually the headers, and you get all the gaskets, so that's nice. But when you take these out, I don't know, okay guys, it was only one that I actually saw the light running through the walls. But hey, you pay bucks for this. Sorry, I'm gonna put you down, okay? Okay, you pay money for a product, and you want the product to be, as it said in the description. So we got some nice headers. They look really good, right? The welds are okay, I would say here, but the welds against the flange, it's no bueno, no bueno. So no good at all. You see the hole? That's incredible. That's what I paid for. So they look actually really nice and smooth into the ports. No problems there. But come on. This is a product they actually get money for. But okay, I'm gonna put myself on the weld bench and make this look even better, and especially perform better. I'm gonna try to weld these headers so they are up to the standard that I want to, and then we're gonna dismount or disassemble the old headers on the car. And this is the state of how the engine looks right now. It's not a pleasant sight, but we're gonna take off the, oh good, add a light here. So there are the old headers, so that's a heat protection shield. So that's gonna come off. The lambda is gonna get off. CO2 sensors, I think they are called in English. But yeah, that's what we are up to tonight. So I have two things that I can actually show you right now, and that's the headers. So this is the original header that we picked off from the took off from the G. I've said it before, I ordered some new headers from the States, and I have so much problem actually getting the right stuff for my G. I don't know if they actually send me stuff for the 350 or 370Z that is similar. Some things are actually different on the G37. So I got headers, it didn't fit. I had to modify it to actually fit on the engine. But then I realized another issue, and that was the flanges that goes directly to the rest of the exhaust system. So a good friend of mine actually produced this on himself. He did it in a CNC machine, and they look awesome. And a big thank you to you, Edwin. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. So we can actually weld these onto the new headers. The old headers you can see here, they look like this. And what I actually didn't have on the new headers was this flange. I don't want to sacrifice this flange on these headers, because you never know. The police can stop you, they can be a bit critical, or the Swedish car inspection could be critical. I just want to save these. So he set up and did these awesome flanges. So today we're gonna do a lot of welding. What do you think about my new haircut? All my hair is actually gone now, and yeah, it's cold inside. Enough of that. We're gonna go over to the headers, and we're gonna cut away the old one, or the one that actually was wrong. So we're gonna cut this off, and we're gonna weld this on, and then actually mounting it on the car and testing out the Motordyne capex that we have for it, so everything lines up 100%. So the problem we're actually trying to address here is when we install the headers, we don't have enough room left for the steering column, so it hits the header. I'm going to try to zoom in as good as I can. Here you actually have the problem, so you can see the header, and then you can actually see the steering column, so it's hitting on the left side. Then the bracket that we have on the right side, we're gonna take that away. I actually don't know what it is for. I think it's for the OEM header maybe, but we're not going to use it. So there we have the problem, and it's going to the steering knuckle down there. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to cut it off. You see the white plastic thing, O-ring or something that sits on the rack? We're going to cut it there and put on a new knuckle, and then prolong the arm down to the OEM knuckle, and hopefully that's gonna help. So a huge shout out to everyone who has actually made it, building in turbos and the positioning of that place with the headers. I'm impressed. I've seen 2 or 3 actually do it, and a hell of a job. Good job. But okay, we're gonna now, I think, take the steering column out again, cut it, and then see the placing of everything where the new knuckle should be. We're gonna weld the knuckle onto the steering column. So guys, we're actually finished with this, and I can tell you this is not worth it. Second, it took us almost 4 hours just to complete this with the steering column and the headers. What do you say? Blood, sweat and tears, right, on these cars? I'm gonna show you how little space it is. You saw in the time lapse or in the clips how we actually welded it together. Then I grinded it down. It's so minimal. It's just like 1 millimeter in there. I'm gonna zoom in. As you can see there in the shadow. So that's clearing. You can just not see it from here, but it's like 1 millimeter away from that. So the plan is this engine is gonna go out later on when we're gonna paint the engine bay and the whole car. And what I'm gonna do then is actually paint the steering column, and we're gonna grind down a little bit of the headers because of it's a big weld going over there. That's why, sorry, I'm shaking. That's why it's actually hitting right now, or is close to hitting. But you're gonna see that later. But I don't think this is worth it. I don't know. Next time I'm gonna buy the most expensive headers and just hope for them to actually fit better. This was a real customization because they didn't fit from the beginning. So guys, just a tip out there when it comes to headers and in like tight spaces, buy the more expensive stuff, and maybe we wouldn't be working on this for 4 hours. 4 hours is a lot just to get a steering column in there with the spacing. So that's for this episode. We're coming far away. I hope you like this content, and if you do, smash that like button, and if you haven't, subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next episode. Hej då!